Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support, where social workers and other licensed mental health professionals can come together for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to a new episode of Self-Care Saturday. Happy New Year. 2025 is here. And we are going to continue our focus on self-care for social workers and other licensed mental health professionals. The topic for today's show is the importance of self-care for social workers and other licensed mental health professionals. So those of you that are not new to the channel, I started this channel back in 2020. I started the show Self-Care Saturday and the LCSW network back in the fall of 2020. Wow. It's almost 5 years since we started this channel. And I started the Self-Care Saturday series, which I've been fairly committed to. Of course, there have been weeks where I didn't publish a new episode, but for the most part, it's been something I've been very passionate about. Because I've been a social worker now. I got my MSW in 1995, right? So I'm getting close to hitting 30 years as a social worker, and the more that I reflect on my longevity in the field, the more that I realize how important self-care is. So that's the topic of today's episode, the importance of self-care for social workers, specifically social workers, but I would say for all licensed mental health professionals, self-care is crucial. So again, I've talked about over the last 5 years or 4.5 years, I've talked about how important self-care is. But in 2021, the National Association of Social Workers, they updated the Code of Ethics. And here's something that they added to the Code of Ethics in 2021. Quote, "Professional self-care is paramount for competent and ethical social work practice. Professional demands, challenging workplace climates, and exposure to trauma warrant that social workers maintain personal and professional health, safety, and integrity. Social work organizations, agencies, and educational institutions are encouraged to promote organizational policies, practices, and materials to support social workers' self-care." Okay, so again, this was added to the Social Work Code of Ethics by the National Association of Social Workers in 2021. All right, so prior to 2021, you might say self-care was optional. Not anymore. If we are going to be practicing ethical social work, we have to put our self-care very high up as a priority. Think about it. You know, we've all shared this analogy over the years with our clients, with our family members, but it's still true. The analogy is this. Everybody knows the analogy. When you're on a plane, before the plane takes off, the flight attendants, they go over all the safety protocols. And one of the most important safety protocols is if the oxygen mask, falls out of the ceiling, whose mask do we put on first? We put on our own mask first. and then we put on the mask of the people that are around us, including our children, or if we're traveling with elderly persons, that may not have the wherewithal to do that. We put on our mask on first, right? And this really is why I'm really glad that the NASW recognized how important self-care is. It's crucial. It's crucial that all of us as social workers, as well as the other professions, again, I'm a social worker, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, but I work with psychiatrists, I work with psychologists, I work with MFTs, right? I work with, nurses, I work with other disciplines, in healthcare settings. Again, I've been a social worker now for almost 30 years, right? And I've worked with interdisciplinary teams throughout my career. And what puts all of our professions in common, whether you're a social worker, psychiatrist, psychologist, MFT, we are all nurses. We are all helping professions, right? We are all helping professionals. And we are the instruments of recovery for our clients. No matter if we are, again, social workers, psychiatrists, nurses, we are the instruments of recovery for our clients, right? We are bringing the interventions to our clients, right? Actively, especially as psychotherapists. As psychotherapists, we are actively listening to our clients. Again, we are in the front line of being exposed to the traumas that we are helping our clients process, right? We all know about vicarious traumatization, right? It's a real thing. We all know about burnout. It's a real thing, right? And so, this is why self-care is so important, so that when we're leaving the office every day, before we're getting to the office in the morning, and when we're not working, what are we doing to care for ourselves? Mind, body, spirit, right? Last week we talked about the 8 dimensions of wellness, the SAMHSA, 8 dimensions of wellness. PSYOP. I'm gonna get the mnemonic right this time. Financial, right? What are we doing to enhance and improve our financial wellness? Emotional. What are we doing to enhance and improve our emotional wellness throughout the year, right? Environmental wellness, right? What are we doing to enhance and improve our professional environments, our personal environments, our vehicular or our vehicle environments, right? Social wellness. What are we doing to enhance and improve our social wellness? Spiritual wellness. What are we doing to enhance and improve our spiritual wellness? Intellectual wellness. Again, what are we doing to enhance and improve our intellectual wellness every day, right? Occupational wellness. What are we doing to enhance and improve our occupational wellness, right? And last but not least, physical wellness. What self-care tools are we utilizing to enhance and improve our physical wellness every day, right? So, summary for this video today. Why is self-care important for social workers in 2025 and beyond? Because it's an ethical obligation that you have as a social worker. It's not just this thing that the LCSW network, that Tom Fletcher says that you should do or that you need to do. It's a professional, ethical obligation that we have to our clients, our agencies, and our professions, right? That's usually my tagline, right? All of us have to practice self-care. And again, the 8 dimensions that I talked about today and last week, right? Because We also know that as professional social workers and other professions, but I'm going to talk directly to social workers, we know that when we're working with an impaired colleague, we have an ethical obligation to address that with them. And if they can't remedy the situation, then we have an ethical obligation to go to our professional boards and make sure that this colleague that we clearly see is impaired and is not practicing self-care in some form or fashion, then we have to address that, and if with them first, and if they're not able to remedy the situation, then we have to escalate it, right? So self-care is important because it's making sure that we are protecting our clients, right? We're protecting our clients, we're protecting the public at large, we're protecting our profession, professional integrity, right? So that's why self-care is important for social workers and other licensed mental health professionals. All right, I'm going to stop right there, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, thank you for the work that you do every day for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves.